Hi there, lovely people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Hopefully, you're doing good. I have a very special episode for you today, and I have been searching for this fragrance for about 4 to 5 years now. I think around that time, I have a story to tell you, and I don't have a box or full presentation. I bought a partial recent time from one of the brothers, and this fragrance is I do not know how to say this house, but I know the fragrance name called Meharées, and the house perhaps goes like Le I don't know. I want to say Le Bolario, but La Bolario or something. And there are two fragrances which are popular from this house. I have the one here. There's another tall bottle. I forgot the name. So this is a pretty special fragrance, and it's a small 50 ml bottle. And I bought partial, I think, around maybe 30 ml or a little bit less. And I paid quite high price for this. The reason being, I'll tell you. So as I don't have the box, just the bottle presentation, I'll show you. So this is interesting because back in the days, few reasons. Then I'll go to the review. Okay, I do my own way because I made this channel so I can tell stories, so you can relate. Some 5 years back, perhaps. Okay, I used to be friends with this guy named Choyon. Like in Bangladesh, Saif Choyon, and he used to be in my group. Actually was quite good friend of mine, I would say, from community, but we lost connection, and he is in some other group. He's not in a group anymore. So we used to talk a lot, and he had this fragrance and he was going to sell it or something. He used to buy fragrances like order from US, and he used to wait like 1 whole year for a perfume. And then I think this was one of them. So that time itself, he said he saw the reviews of, I think, Sebastian Zara or Max, I'm not sure who reviewer was, but he said this is a hidden gem. It was already getting tough to find that time, 3 4 years back. And he said it's so good, I'm gonna sell it off. And he asked for 55 or 60, I don't remember, in the marketplace or a group. And he said you should take it if you like Oriental perfumes. Okay. And what happened to me is I was not so much into this kind of fragrance which has vanilla kind of spices, and I thought like, yeah, the price is a bit high, and for 50 ml I don't want. If I want it, it has to be 100 ml, so I didn't take it. Then I looked for this fragrance. I could never ever find it, never. And it was always in my mind. I have few fragrances in my journey which are like bucket list, like M7 by YSL, the old one, OG. I want to try it. I do have T42. I'll review this tomorrow, hopefully, if I'm here, by L'Artisan Perfumery. So these are kind of fragrances special to you. This is how it's special to me, and it has memories. Okay, and finally I have it, and it's also special because it compares to. I don't have the full bottle, but I have a sample of this one. This is called Musc Ravageur by Frederic Malle. I bought a few Frederic Malle fragrances with discounts and all in recent events for last 2 years, but mostly I have all these samples. Like I have Vetiver, I think Vetiver, like Eau de Magnolia. Then I have Carnal Flower. I have all these fragrances that most of them are very, very pleasant and beautiful. But to me, my most favorite is Portrait of a Lady. I love it, and Synthetic Jungle. These are two of my favorites. And also Iris Poudre. So I will compare that. I'm wearing the Musc Ravageur on my hand. I always wanted that, man. That is one of the best fragrances in this house. Beast mode. Woo, beast mode. This fragrance, man, lasts forever. It's a spicy oriental, and I think it has cinnamon. Original one has cinnamon, some woody fragrances, sorry, woody notes, and I think musk, vanilla, amber, those kind of notes. It's a very spicy one. This is kind of fragrance I did not like at first. Upon using it over and over again, I had my GF's bottle. I kept it for a while. I was thinking to keep it, but I couldn't. I mean, I bought many other fragrances that time. This remains one of the most sexiest, masculine, spicy fragrances. It's like a sexiness, it's like it smells like sex. I'm sorry to say, but it's a very arousing fragrance. I just love it, but it's not for everybody. It's very powerful. So in comparison, see, after 4 minutes, I'm starting the review. Check out the bottle. This one is a small bottle. It looks very nice. It's like a simplistic bottle, but juice color makes it special, that amber juice color. And I remember back in the days, it was orangey yellowish, but it got darker over the years after, being a vintage bottle or something, first batch, I guess. So the back, it will get some more information. The cap here, it's kind of from the cheaper side. I don't know anything about this house. This is very flimsy cap. It reminds me of 40 Aspen. I'm wearing this here. Let me spray this once more. You see the oily dry down. Let's just go one more. Sprayer is also not that great. Okay, this one is okay. It clicks onto place. Cute little bottle, 50 ml, made in Italy. Okay. So now I think these are difficult to find, and on Amazon I think it was $78 I saw last, but I don't think they had the bottle. So obviously prices have gone high. I paid for 30 ml $35, around there, 35 or a little bit more, and I think this is expensive for that price. I only got it because I wanted it so bad. The ratio wise, if you think of 100 ml, that would be $100 plus, right? So it's expensive now. So is this worth it? It's definitely cheaper than the at this current moment. Even if you pay that $50 or $70, it's somewhat still cheaper than Frederic Malle's this perfume, Musc Ravageur. Musc Ravageur goes for $350 now. I think $300 around that price. So still comparatively cheaper, but is it the same? There's already good reviews out of Sebastian. He has his opinions. Most people say Meharées is a more wearable, less spicy, kind of like a simplistic approach to Musc Ravageur. This is more complex. And I just tell you one thing, it is. This fragrance has nothing comparable or no competition, right? I will keep this as a masterpiece. What I saw, I'm so sorry to say, I'm just at just the beginning. I didn't want to say this, but Meharées is a good fragrance. I'll tell you why it's still good, but it is not a definite clone of this. It's similar vibes, but this one, if you like it, you have to get this fragrance. Okay, end of story. So Frederic Malle's one, for me, people who like it, they know I said the truth, right? So now coming to Meharées, when I'm wearing this, the name is very beautiful. And this fragrance, it's a little bit familiar to me. It has mild spices. Notes are cinnamon, orange, bergamot from Fragrantica, rose. Then middle you have sandalwood, guaiacol, cedar, patchouli. Base notes are amber, vanilla, and musk, right? So if you see the juice color, you can get some idea. It's going to be burnt sugar, kind of like a sweet, maybe benzoin sort of vibe, and vanilla. This kind of fragrances, like, if you see when they have an amber juice color, they sometimes do that. That one is a more sweet, premium, boozy fragrance from Mercedes-Benz Club Black. So this one reminds me of few fragrances, okay? Definitely has vibes of Musc Ravageur, no lies. There is shadow of that fragrance in this, but it's missing that kick. I think Frederic Malle's one has perhaps more spicy. It's like more amped up. That one is more like barbershoppy one. This one is more unisex. It's similar vibe, but it's more sweet, less spicy, and it's more wearable. Vanilla, musk, sort of like a very simple composition. Okay, it's a very classy fragrance. When you smell this, it may smell like your grandmother's. Not in a bad way. Okay, maybe if you have fond memories of her, her dressing table, her talcum powders. If you have, if you're near that time when you were a kid, it will remind you of that. It has that mature vibe. It's a very classy fragrance. So this one says it's made in Italy, but I feel it's a kind of like a French perfumery, like talcum powder sort of vibe. It has a mild spice going on somewhere. So it also feels like it has the orange blossom kind of a powderiness, but it doesn't have orange blossom. They say rose, so there is a rose plate. But the oud, I did not detect any oud in this. It reminds me of fragrance like Ted Lapidus, this fragrance, man, Altamir, if you know that one. It's a similar vibe. I don't know why am I saying that. And also fragrances like perhaps, another fragrance, Abdul Al Quraishi, Makan Blend, Makka Blend or Makan Blend. I think that was the fragrance. Oh no, let me just double confirm. Yeah, I'm right, because sometimes I remember some things, I don't remember so many other things. I reviewed that fragrance, Abdul Al Quraishi's Makan Blend. I bought it like beginning of my journey, 2016-17. And I reviewed that, I sold it off. Beautiful bottle it was. I'll leave a link below, you can check. This one reminds me of that. That one used to be called as Makka Blend. So if you like that one, definite vibes, similar vibes. And if you like fragrance like Jaipur by Boucheron, you will like this. Okay, that's what I was trying to think for a couple of days. What does this remind me of? But Boucheron, Jaipur is more spicy oriental, like the spices are more amped up in that, just like that. Musc Ravageur. So I would say Musc Ravageur is a masterpiece on its own. This fragrance, it's kind of like you'll gag if you put too much, and it's definitely not for warmer weathers. This one you can get away with it. It's lighter in composition. Longevity is good. Projection, it's kind of soft. Okay, I wore it and I can detect it around me when I turn around and everything. It lasts on my skin about 5 hours to 5.5 hours in high heat. It's a stunning perfume, but I think this is also meant to be worn not in very high heat. Right now it's 46 degrees, feels like it's burning. It's like scorching hot in Bangladesh. This is not the time to wear this. When I stay in the AC room, that's when I wear it. I think this fragrance is very intimate. You can wear this for close encounters. It's going to be very sexy. It's almost has that gourmand vibe as well because of vanilla. And I think this fragrance works, like for people who love Musc Ravageur but cannot stand the overwhelming spices. For you, this is a good alternative. But this is not a clone of, for me, Musc Ravageur. Musc Ravageur is a masterpiece, which I'm going to get. I just decided now. I got to get that fragrance. Meharées, I'm very happy to have this. It's a nice little perfume. It's vintage now. It's very hard to find. so it makes me happy. It's going to be one of those collectible items that I like. And Meharées, I will rate it 8 out of 10. Okay, not more, because I like the scent profile, but it's a little bit simple. It's like very simple composition, doesn't smell very complex. And I think this fragrance, if it lasts a little bit long, that would be great. Second thing is like above average performance. Third thing is the 50 ml bottle. And I told you I paid $35 for 30 ml. It's a lot. Okay, I can get a full bottle for that price, but again, sentiments, $35. It's not a price tag, right? So it's not a must-have. If you have Musc Ravageur, you can try it. But if you don't have Musc Ravageur, you can try Boucheron Jaipur. I think it's a similar like a concept. Okay, but you can also get those Ted Lapidus, Altamir, more powerful fragrance. Okay, but nice little perfume. Try it out. Meharées, 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll move on to the last review and then upload it. Bye bye.